Hey ShareGrid, my name's Matt Boda and I'm the director of this little thriller that we made. It's called Cole Colette. To my right is Mr. Harker Jones, he is the writer. To my left is Mr. Brandon Woodard, he is the director of photography. So we wanted to thank you guys for putting on the contest and for definitely creating a community that supports DIY filmmakers such as ourselves. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Brandon Woodard and he's going to tell us how we lit Cole Colette.
This is the living room location that we used for a large chunk of the film. As you can see, it's pretty small, so it was a very tight space to work in. First thing we had to do was black out the windows because obviously the film takes place at night. So we had an 8x solid up on this window and then two 6x solids on these windows.
Babe, I don't want to be alone here.
Colette, don't freak out.
When you're working on such a small budget, you really need to look to the location to see what it can provide for you in terms of lighting. And this location was wonderful because of these practicals. I love these practicals. I love the way the globes look, and I love the light that they put off, so I use that as a big motivational factor for all the lighting in the film. So the film is a thriller, and I wanted to give it that standard low-key look. I wanted to light Becca with a very soft source, but I also wanted to be pretty contrasty. So we were T-boning a 6x6 bleached muzz rag and then punching through a Light Panels Gemini. This is the Light Panels Gemini. It is my new favorite light. It's a full RGB LED, meaning you can dial in almost any color at the touch of a button, so you don't have to mess with gels or anything else like that. For Cole and Colette, we used it primarily at about 2800 degrees Kelvin, which is just a touch under tungsten, so it was a little bit warmer and it gave me that look that I was going for. The hallway was particularly difficult to shoot in because it's so narrow. It's only about 3.5 feet wide, meaning we don't have a lot of places to put the lights. So we took a little LED brick light, stuck it right in here and bounced it off a sheet of 216 to come back at her. And it was really nice and soft, provided a nice flattering look, and a very low profile for the equipment, keeping it out of the shot. This is the bathroom. This is where the climax of the film takes place. And this is where the major plot twist occurs, where we learn that Cole and Colette aren't just scared victims, they're actually the ones that killed somebody. So we used a couple of Kino globes up here. I didn't add any further light modification to the Kino globes because I wanted that harsh, stark look from them. I wanted to change it up a little bit from what we had out there in the living room and the kitchen throughout the rest of the film. I wanted this space to feel a little bit different. And then we had a Light Panels brick light up here, just bouncing into the corner up there just for a little bit of ambience and a little bit of fill coming back this way. And then lastly, we had another one of the Light Panels Geminis outside up on a combo stand coming back as if it was a street light coming through the window. So that's how we lit Cole and Colette. Thanks so much for letting me talk a little bit about my craft.